Ladies and gents, welcome to week 4 in NACE Open playoffs, or NACE Open qualifiers. Yo, what's up?
Do you have, are there more people in here?
Alrighty, gamers, we are in for some Rocket League tonight. Let me just very quickly hit up these. Can you guys hear the Rocket League? Yes, you can. I'm here to spectate. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a controller to control this. Looks like we started a point up. Yo. I'll need to reboot very quickly, ladies and gentlemen, the overlay, and then we'll be going right into this.
What's the diet? Wait, is this new?
Oh no! The overlay sometimes takes a second to get going. So for now, we'll just stick to the pre-built-in options. And let's switch this to our actual opponents for tonight, which happen to be... let's take a look. Tarleton State University. Alrighty. So, looking into this game, it looks like Truman State is already starting 1 point up, but they are on the defensive right now at this second. Oh my goodness. Tarleton State University also goes by TSU, so the TSU tag that you're seeing from both teams is in fact different universities. Just a little heads up there. But it looks like Tarleton is taking the offense, trying to put this ball to increase the goal, but it looks like a passing play from Truman State is warranting their second point in the series. A little bit about Tarleton State. Going into this competition, they have 2 Grand Champ 1 players and a Champion 1 player, as opposed to our 2 Champ 2, Champ 3, and Grand Champ 3 players. Kudos to every player on the team. Can't make a can't make a victory without everyone being on their best behavior, with their best level of communication. A shot just landing wide of Truman's net keeps their 2-0 lead going. Looks like a little double commit coming out. No, actually, in fact, it was not. I was a fool and read the TSU tag and thought it was Truman State. Looks like I can't do that for this competition, ladies and gentlemen. A demo leaving a little gap in the defense, and it looks like it's going to be exploited, but Dre making an excellent save from against Tarleton. A couple of fakes coming out from the corner, and it's Soul Elegy to take the ball into the hands of Tarleton State. A little push mid, a dead 50 puts the ball towards the possession of Drebe, who goes for an aerial carry. However, it gets blocked by a 50. Actually, do we have names in here? There we go. Sakayoshi taking the ball up the wall, but Soul Elegy there to prevent any more action from being done. Now it's Bus's turn to try to make entry on the field, but it does get blocked and intercepted by none other than Atlas, who takes a shot on the net. And Drebe there again to go for an incredible save. 1:45 on the clock. Looks like it's set up to Bus to take a shot on that. Unfortunately, the shot was a little bit weak, so it's going to be easily blocked and intercepted by Drebe, continuing to take possession of the wall. He's going to run it up the wall and go for an aerial dribble, but he puts it past one. It goes into the corner, dropping it dead flat, and Bus is there to clean up the job. Truman State make 3 on the board. Wow. I'm wondering, Drebe articulated the ball so that it would bounce on that corner and send the ball straight down, which is every defender's worst nightmare. Kickoff going in the favor of Dre, but he absconds the possession in favor of letting Bus go for the ball. Drebe pushing it into the corner, it bounces out where Sakayoshi is able to pass it forward to Dre, takes a shot, unfortunately ends up being a little whiff right there. And looks like the team composition from Truman is on fire tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The ball is in. A double fake, make that triple. Off the backboard, it's up to Dre to make a saving shot. Goes on the wall again, and then Sakayoshi is there to intercept it to prevent any double taps from coming out from the offenders. Passing it to Dre, who takes a shot on net. Unfortunately, it is a low shot and gets blocked immediately. Bounce off the ceiling, lets Soul Elegy take a daringly powerful shot over to the side of the court. Oh, that is very excellent coming out on his rotation back. With the demo, it gives instant ball possession to Truman State, and it looks like, the pinch just barely wide of the net. Could you imagine a world where that slides in? Oh, that is hilarious. A center ball, but Drebe not allowing any points on the board for Tarleton? Tarleton, right? Yeah. Dismissal to the corner with 1 second left. Tarleton is unable to win this first match. However, they do want to try to put one on the board. Unfortunately, the ball hits the ground before any of that can get done, and Truman State take the lead 1-0. Let me just navigate back here to report that score, and you will have your audio once again. Oh, whoops. There we go. Game 1 is done. Let's see if we can't very quickly. Okay, here's the plan. The match has started. However, I'm gonna see if this, indeed it did. There we go. We have our overlay back, ladies and gentlemen. Atlas taking the ball up the wall, bouncing it off the ceiling, unfortunately is going to make it very deadly pinch if it were to be a successful one. Sakayoshi running up the wall for an aerial dribble, a pass to Drebe, who redirects it towards the net, and Sakayoshi back again to try to put it in. Unfortunately, a little mechanical mishap. Cole making a read on that corner play. It's able to stop Bus from making any more lingering threat with that ball over in the corner. Dead 50 stop. Tarleton trying to push it out into the midfield so that they can take a shot on net, and it does seem to succeed. First on the board. Ooh, the names are backwards. Hold on a minute. Alright, this is going to be a second, ladies and gents. That's not the one. There we are. Apologize for the lack of audio. It'll just be a second longer. Alrighty. 2 on the board for Tarleton. Tarleton? I really need to get this right. Hold on. Tarleton. Got it. Got it, good. Truman State starting down with a point disadvantage, but that is not discouraging anyone. Push upfield. The nice pass from Bus to the doorstep of the net. Fortunately, not warranting much, but a little flip reset coming out from Dresden with that. An epic save coming out from Tarleton. That was an incredible save that we just witnessed, ladies and gents. That's the word of the night, isn't it? A little bit of double committing coming out in this game too. Costing them the first 2 points. As long as they're able to bounce back from this, we should see the score rebounding. Dresden catching the ball, trying to take it up the wall. Unfortunately, it is read by Cole. And then followed up by Atlas, who wins the 50. Sakayoshi, last defender, is able to defer it to corner and able to buy enough time for the other defenders to return to block this ball. Little double commit coming out yet again. That's third on the board for Tarleton, not Tarleton. Apologies.
Right, Jay. I really want to.
What are you watching?
We are live streaming. Nice snake around the corner. Just dribbling it in.
Yeah, I mean,
Was putting it around one defender. Does get caught by Cole, sending it right back into the arms of Atlas. Unfortunately, a redirect not coming through for them. A little shot on net, but it is blocked and pushed forward. Beat in the 50. Cole has sole possession of the ball. The offense looking much better. It seems that Tarleton has woken up from the slumber that was game one and is starting to put back a fight. and a ton of incredible offensive pressure coming out from Tarleton. Trying to keep possession of the ball on the orange side of the court as long of time as they can. The ball does go a little bit wide, thankfully for Truman State. And that shot might be going in, and unfortunately it does. "25 seconds left on the clock." Truman State is probably just investing the rest of this time to take a breather, to calm down, reset the nerves, and going into game 3 looking stronger, better than before. Shot on net, a little double commit coming out from the defense. Seeing a little panic there. Ooh, and a passing play. Oh, puts it in! A 0-second goal for Truman State, making it 5-1. They seem to be recovering already. And we are back. Game number 2 for Truman State. The scoreline may... There we go. Now it's updated. Atlas takes the possession of the ball. Bus is back, taking possession, rolling it up the side, trying to roll it off past the defender, past Soul Elegy, but Cole answers right back with some possession of his own. A challenge from Cole, able to put it past all the defenders, putting it into the corner of Tarleton State. Gotta practice that one. Tarleton is still is a spelling error that still lives in my head rent free. Sakayoshi gets it past the defenders, puts one in for Truman State. Excellent play, an excellent quick recovery with followed by a hook shot there, lands it perfectly into the bottom left corner. Beautiful stuff. Kickoff number 2 goes in favor of Tarleton. It looks like Bus is there to intercept, puts a pass to Drayson, looks like it's going to be going in. Unfortunately, a little bit wide, and Soul Elegy immediately takes possession of the ball, sends it over top of Sakayoshi, and Cole setting up a passing play to his teammate Atlas, puts it in towards net, but Drayson catching the ball, actually sending it a little bit too far forward, and Soul Elegy takes possession of it. No. An unfortunate whiff coming through, costing Truman State their lead. That's in. Low overcommit from Tarleton. They assumed it too safe, and it cost them the goal. Bam. Bottom left. Drayson put it bottom left. He saw the defender on the right. Reckon that as far away from the defender as possible. If this ball can go into the net, the best odds are sealed there. Sakayoshi making a cross-field pass to Drayson, who tries to redirect it in. Unfortunately, a little wide, but Sakayoshi following up what he started, putting a third in for Truman State. The team chemistry is looking far better this time around. Huge kudos to the adaptations Truman State made. Beautiful stuff. Atlas taking possession, taking a shot on net. Unfortunately, a little wide for them, but it's not going to stop them from trying to recenter the ball. Bus able to dissuade it for long enough, putting it high and awkward for anyone trying to go for it, as we just saw. Bides time for the defenders to reposition themselves properly. A little deferral to mid. Unfortunately, that ball is going to be in possession of Tarleton State. A little hiccup coming out from the defense, putting the ball out far mid. If you're a defender, you want to try to put it out to the sides of the field, as it's far less dangerous than putting out midfield, especially whenever you don't have any other defenders able to intercept a mid clear in your favor. Your corner bounce is going to stop Atlas from pursuing the ball, but a nice solid shot coming out from Seoul Elegy will put the first on the board, the second on the board, sorry, for Tarleton State. This is the most competitive game yet. Both teams seem to be on in the zone. It looks like a flip reset coming out. Unfortunately, it does happen to be a whiff. Ooh, and a double whiff. Make that triple as the failed shot on net. Dreyston able to capitalize, putting it forward. Fortunately, does bounce off the crossbar. Sakuyoshi, or rather, the defender's getting there too quickly for anything to come of. Oh, unfortunate. As the ball stops dead in front of the net. Unfortunately, nothing able to be done about that. Bus going for a 50, shooting it off to the right field. And the bumps coming out from the orange team, able to warrant their ball possession once again. Bus putting it center for the teammates. Unfortunately, a triple commit coming out with no gains from the blue team. And Bus taking a shot, putting it in, making that 3 into a 4. Let's freaking go at Truman State. Beautiful pass from Dreyston. It takes 3 mistakes to get scored on, and we just saw all three mistakes in a matter of half a second for Tarleton. At this level of gameplay, it does really boil down to the smallest nitty-gritty of mistakes, just like that. Luckily, Seoul was there to intercept, and Dreyston able to defer it to the side of the field, putting it to the corner and intercepting that even. Fortunately, this does go straight to Seoul Elegy, though he takes a low shot, which is easiest things to defend. And Sakuyoshi is able to take possession once again. Are there any defenders back on net right now? Dreyston, the last of the defenders back, that is able to buy time by putting this high into the ceiling, and Bus carrying it across to the finish line. Unfortunately, trips on a pebble as the ball hits the crossbar up top, not warranting a 5th point for Truman State. Bus being the next defender, unfortunately does fall past him, but Sakuyoshi able to catch it in his arms and delay until the other defenders are in a proper position to make use of it. And Sakuyoshi going for the 50, putting it wide. As we saw there, defender was going from the left side, so Sakuyoshi put it as far right as he could to score it. And as we saw, Seoul just not able to make it there in time. Just a brilliant placement of the ball from Sakuyoshi. 60 seconds remaining. It's a hefty lead from Truman State, but dare I jinx it by saying that? Dreyston trying to play the getaway game. When you have this kind of lead, it's definitely worth trying to stall the ball for as long as possible, especially with aerial shots. The catch, just improper from Seoul. He could have put that in if he wanted to, but unfortunately I think the nerves are getting to him. Us up for a pass. Looks like none of the blue team is giving them a little bit too much respect, not trying to contest the ball. And Truman State is capitalizing, keeping the ball onto the blue side of the field. Little ceiling shot coming out. Will this be the Twitch highlight of the night? Unfortunately, Sakuyoshi there to disregard any cool clip that could come from this. And it looks like with a 5-2 lead, Truman State take game number 3. Reminder, this is a best of 5 series. NACE 4. NACE Week 4, Game 3. Much better. Okay, bye. With this extra time on our hands, might I speak fondly of Truman State University. With, if I'm not mistaken, over 50 majors and 60 minors, Truman State is a fantastic liberal arts university with a little bit of something for everyone. Truman is dedicated to exploring new avenues of identity. I mean, even with the Truman esports scene here, this was not around last year at this time, and we are so grateful for the opportunity. Yeah. Oops. It's in the John. Could we set this mount? Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it'll just be a second longer, then we'll be right back to competition.
No, if you got me to be better.
If I'm not mistaken, unless these people are freaking... Right. Alright, we're in. Yes, indeed, we are back in for the gameplay. Tarleton on their last round before, rather, Truman on their match game. Are they able to seal the deal here? Almost in, unfortunately, just hits the crossbar in an unfortunate angle, ejecting it, if you would, from the net. Bus taking a shot, unfortunately low left, exactly where defender lies. Ball is deflected. Looks like a passing play coming out from Truman's players. I unfortunately used the wrong... There we go. Now we can see everyone's names. All pretty like. Bus taking a fake possession of the ball. Sakayoshi putting it past one, and that should be in for them. That is indeed the first goal for Truman State University in this fourth and match game. Things are looking bright for Truman State. A 50 driving the ball into the corner of Truman's domain, of Truman's side of the field. As we saw in game 2, Tarleton does have a way of just keeping this ball here very oppressively. It seems to be a very strong and difficult thing to get through for Truman State. Unfortunately, or rather fortunately, they seem to have broken the mold and gotten into it, and Butts finishing the job. Being the janitor of this offensive play, cleaning up the mess. that his teammates left behind, and 2 is the score on the board for Truman State. Oh, a very unlucky kickoff pinch. But it's 1 for Tarleton. Those happen at times, and it's best to shake them off when they do happen. Lingering negative emotions can tamper with gameplay, surprisingly enough. Atlas trying to use this momentum from that first goal to make a quick, aggressive play. A little center ball coming up, but Sakuyoshi outspeeding the competition. And now the offenders turn defenders. Bus just getting a near miss and beat out for the ball's possession. Tarleton playing this slow with a nice aerial fake, trying to bump the last defender to leave an open net. Unfortunately, is not what happens. Nice aerial pop heading towards the net, and in the net it will land. Game 4 is tied up. Up the Truman State to take a deep breath and not try to overcompensate for that very unlucky kickoff at the beginning. Nice pop ball. Looks like there's already a blue player to go for that, and he's going to go for a second touch, and in fact a demo. Tarleton knocking the ball away from any sort of form of danger. Not once, but twice. Oh, open net. Easy pickings for Bus as he lands in the 3rd goal for Truman State, taking back the lead and the point advantage. Sakuyoshi left stranded in the air from an aerial play, but doesn't seem to cost too much unless Atlas is able to answer this one tap in an open midfield. Bus trying to pop it in the air to delay it as long as possible. And all defenders just caught in the corner, but it does roll off the side and Tarleton clearing the ball. Oh, that must feel so disheartening for Tarleton. That is incredible. I thought that was going in myself. You can start seeing the ramifications of that. Just some small misses coming out for Tarleton. You can tell that they were upset by that. Tarleton making a pass over to Sakuyoshi, who's trying to defer it to Bus with a team pinch. Goes right past Cole. He was not anticipating something like that. Just a far clear. Sakuyoshi as last defender reading up the wall. Unfortunately not able to do much with it. Another bounce off the backboard. But Seoul Elegy not getting the strongest touch on the ball. Easily defended by the Truman State University students. Though they are kind of, they did clump up in that one spot, but it doesn't matter as Tarleton even the odds with a nice play out to mid. Atlas passing it off the backboard. It looks like Cole finishing up the job. Unfortunately, Sakuyoshi just a little bit too behind to block that ball from going in. Oh, a little double commit coming out, but it does seem to go in favor of Truman State. Defender not able to get back in time, but it seems to have not mattered as it was a double whiff situation. Gray putting off a nice display of trigonometry, almost rebounding it into the corner of the net from the ceiling. Absolute feat of ingenuity, truly. But stalling for rotations, and looks like Atlas is taking more defensive approach to this offensive pressure. Sakuyoshi making a pass mid to Bus, who redirects, unfortunately a little bit too low, putting it high. May have done the job just like that, actually. Telltale. Wow. Fourth on the bus. Fourth on the bus? No, 4th on the board. For Truman State University. 25 seconds left on the clock. Can this lead remain without any points going either way? For Truman State, the goal is to delay. For Tarleton, the goal is to put out any form of offensive pressure that they can. Unfortunately, a little misredirect is going to cost, looks like it's going to cost Tarleton the game. And set. Once this goal hits 0 seconds, it will be game, set, and match. But they're trying their very hardest to keep it in the air. Unfortunately, a little miss coming out, putting the game, set, and match in favor of Truman State University. We have our winners, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent performance coming out. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out to watch tonight's match. And if you haven't already, allow me to sponsor a weekend esports event going on. On March 4th, we will be playing, we'll be having a publicly available Mario Kart tournament free for entry. Be sure to stop by and see if you are the best racer on campus. But with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in. This has been Possum, the Rocket League coach, and this has been Rocket League. Good night.